during the season when the PFF grades come out, JD and I usually like to make fun of PFF. They have no idea what's going on. Some of their numbers are cool, and like we always say, they're numbers. You can twist and show them however they are. But I will say this is the first time, JD, I'm actually surprised at the love that they're giving our Chiefs here, JD. So we're gonna look at these grades. So the PFF was building a perfect AFC West team, and they did all position groups. And the Chiefs were pretty much 99% of that, with the Raiders claiming the defensive line as being the only other position team to take a position group of their perfect AFC West team. Chiefs had running backs, receivers, everything besides defensive line. So JD, I want to take a moment here to give flowers to PFF for finally getting it right. And do you think they got it right?
I do. I don't disagree with them at all. I think this is a great list. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, without a doubt. Running back, absolutely. With Pacheco, CEH, and everybody else we have as far as the depth chart. Receiving core, we got the top one in the AFC West. Offensive line, because tight end, that's included as well. Offensive line, we talked about this with CJ Hansen, whoever we have up there. Defensive line, okay. Now, look, we know the Raiders have picked up a lot of guys, all right? There's some really good people. There's no question about it that they're very talented at the defensive line. I think they do get the nod because they have more household names than we do. We got Chris Jones, who's the best defensive tackle in the league, and then, of course, Karlaftis on the outside. And then after that, they're like, well, who else do you have besides that, right? So they have a pretty defensive line. I think they get a nod over us on that. Linebacker, Kansas City Chiefs. Come on. We know that. Shoot, with the guys that we have here. With Tranquil, Bolton, right, and Chenault. So we're good. We're good. And then secondary, I mean, come on. Who's going to be better than us? You can make Denver has a good secondary. Chargers have a good secondary. But the Chiefs, without a doubt, has one of the best secondaries in the NFL, period. So, yeah, no, I agree with this list. Yeah.
Yeah, the Raiders defensive line, yeah, you got Crosby, Kuntz, and then they brought in Christian Wilkins this offseason. They wanted Chris Jones, couldn't get him. They wanted Christian Wilkins, the second best defensive tackle on the in free agency. So yeah, it is a good defensive line. I mean, I can't, I will say this though, we probably have the best defensive linemen in the AFC West. You're comparing DNs and DTs there, but I would say Chris Jones is the best defensive lineman in the AFC West. Would you agree with that, JD? Or is it too hard to compare
no,
DN and DT?
Chris is the best defensive lineman in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the West, the NFL. So yeah. I don't disagree with that. But comprised of everybody, the entire defensive line, I would give the nod to the Raiders.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying that.
Yeah. And Coots came on last year for them. He was a surprise get for us. He dominated in that Raiders Chiefs Christmas Day game. I'll tell you what, I know who Coots was before that game. I knew he was after that game.
Oh yeah. So
he was giving our guy the business in that game. But yeah, so kudos to PFF for finally getting it right.
Definitely. So sometime, PFF man be tripping, be hating. Illy Beeman said that Charger fan was on that powder. It must have been something, man, on that Charger, I guess. I had a Chargers fan said that, tell me that the Chargers are going to dethrone the Chiefs this year. Yeah, must have been on that Charger. Crazy.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting for the number 3 spot in the AFC West. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.